Stop being the chess piece and start being the player. Power is a social game. To master it, you must be able to study your emotions, distance yourself from the present, and learn the art of deception. The world is like a giant, never-ending court where everyone is vying for influence. You are either a player or a pawn. Hello, friends. Welcome to the Channel Growth Library, where we distill the world's most powerful ideas into actionable insights. Let's start. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel superior. If you show off your talents too much, you inspire fear and insecurity in your superiors. Nicolas Fouquet, finance minister to King Louis XIV, threw a massive party to show the king how loyal and wealthy he was. Instead of being impressed, the king felt outshined and had Fouquet arrested. Lesson. Make your masters look more brilliant than they are. Discreetly attribute your best ideas to your boss. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Friends are more likely to betray you out of envy. An enemy, however, has more to prove and will be more loyal once you hire them. Lesson. A former enemy is more useful than a friend because their loyalty is based on gratitude and a need to redeem themselves. Keep your friends for friendship, but work with the skilled and the competent, even if they were once rivals. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Keep people off balance. If they have no idea what you're up to, they cannot prepare a defense. Story. Ninon de l'Enclos, a famous courtesan, would never tell her suitors what she truly felt, keeping them in a state of constant pursuit and obsession. Lesson. Use smokescreens, distractions, to hide your true goals. Talk about your goals as much as you want. Just make sure they aren't your real ones. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. The more you talk, the more common you appear, and the more likely you are to say something foolish. Story. Coriolanus, a Roman hero, lost the people's support because he couldn't stop bragging and insulting the commoners. Lesson. Powerful people impress by saying little. Silence makes others uncomfortable, leading them to fill the gap and reveal their own secrets. Practice the short answer. Let the silence do the work. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is the cornerstone of power. With a strong reputation, you can intimidate and win. Once it is compromised, you are vulnerable. Lesson. Build a reputation for one outstanding quality: honesty, efficiency, ruthlessness. Oh. Never get defensive when your reputation is attacked. Instead, attack the reputations of those who challenge you. Law 6. Court attention at all cost. Everything is judged by its appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing. Never let yourself get lost in the crowd. Story. P.T. Barnum would start rumors about his own shows just to get people talking. Negative attention was better than no attention. Lesson. It is better to be slandered than ignored. Be colorful, mysterious, or even controversial to stay in the spotlight. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Save your time and energy by using the skills of others. Story. Thomas Edison used a team of brilliant scientists to invent the light bulb, but his name is the one on the patent and in the history books. Lesson. Don't do yourself what others can do for you. Hire people smarter than you and put your brand on their results. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. When you force others to act, you are the one in control. Story. Talleyrand, a French diplomat, would sit back and wait for his rivals to get nervous and come to his office, giving him the home court advantage. Lesson. Negotiation is won by the person who is willing to walk away and make the other party chase them. Create an incentive that forces your opponent to drop their plans and come to your territory. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Any victory you think you've won through argument is a Pyrrhic victory. The resentment you stir up lasts longer than any change of mind. Story. Michelangelo was told by a patron that a statue's nose was too big. Instead of arguing, he pretended to chisel it while dropping marble dust. The patron was satisfied without Michelangelo changing a thing. Lesson: demonstrate, don't explain. If someone disagrees, show them the result of your way instead of telling them why they are wrong. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Emotional states are as infectious as diseases. You might think you're helping a drowning man, but you're only precipitating your own disaster. Lesson: associate with the happy and fortunate instead. Audit your inner circle. If someone is constantly in crisis, stay away. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. The idea: to maintain your independence, you must always be needed and wanted. Lesson: do not teach people enough that they can do without you. Possess a unique skill or secret knowledge that makes you irreplaceable. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. One sincere move will cover over dozens of dishonest ones. Story: Count Victor Lustig gave a mark money back to prove he was honest, which convinced the man to invest a massive fortune in a scam. Lesson: give a gift before you ask for a favor. Use a small act of kindness as a Trojan horse. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. People don't care about your past help or your suffering. They care about what they will get out of helping you now. Lesson: find the what's in it for them in every request. Never remind a boss how much you've done for them. Tell them how much more they will gain by helping you today. Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Knowing your rival is critical. Use social encounters to probe for secrets. Lesson: ask indirect questions to get people to reveal their intentions. In social settings, listen more than you talk. Law 15. Crush your enemy. Totally. If one ember is left lit, a fire will eventually break out. A feared enemy will recover and seek revenge. Story: throughout history, leaders who showed mercy to rivals were eventually overthrown by those same rivals. Lesson: stop at nothing until your opponent has no power to return. In competition, don't go for a draw. Win decisively. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. Lesson: if you are already established in a group, withdraw for a while to create mystery and value. Don't be the person who answers every text immediately. Law 17. Keep others in terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Humans are creatures of habit, with an insatiable need to see familiarity in others' actions. Being unpredictable keeps them off balance. Story: Bobby Fischer used erratic behavior to frustrate his chess opponents, making them play poorly because they couldn't find his pattern. Lesson: change your pattern suddenly to keep people guessing. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. The world is dangerous and enemies are everywhere, but isolation exposes you to more risks than it protects you from. Lesson: stay in the center of things. You need people for information and protection. Be social, even if you are an introvert. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. There are many different kinds of people in the world. Never assume that everyone will react to your strategies in the same way. Lesson: some people will spend their whole lives seeking revenge for a minor slight. Research your opponent's temperament before you make a move. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. It is the fool who always rushes to take a side. By not committing, you remain the master of both sides. Story: Queen Elizabeth refused to marry, using the possibility of marriage to keep every European power trying to please her for decades. Lesson: stay independent so you can play sides against each other. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. No one likes feeling stupid. If you make your target feel smarter than you, they will never suspect you have motives. Lesson: subvert intelligence. If you look like a beginner, no one will guard their wallet. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. When you are weak, never fight for honor's sake. Choose surrender instead. Lesson: surrendering gives you time to recover and wait for your enemy's power to fade. Losing the battle to win the war is a sign of ultimate strength. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Intensity beats extensity every time. Lesson: find one rich mine and dig deep rather than flitting from one shallow business or relationship to another. Focus on one goal at a time. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. The perfect courtier thrives in a world where everything revolves around power and political dexterity. Lesson: master the art of the soft power. Flattery, yielding to superiors, and asserting power over others in the most graceful way. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Do not accept the roles that society foists on you. Recreate yourself by forging a new identity, one that commands attention. Story: Julius Caesar treated his life like a stage play, using grand gestures and costumes to create a larger-than-life image. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. You must seem a paragon of civility and efficiency. Lesson: use a cat's paw, someone else, to do your dirty work so that you are never associated with mistakes or cruelty. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. People have an overwhelming desire to believe in something. Lesson: keep your words vague but full of promise. Emphasize enthusiasm over rationality. Give them rituals to perform. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. If you are unsure of a course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts will infect your execution. Lesson: timidity is dangerous. Boldness eliminates obstacles. If you're going to do it, go all in. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. The ending is everything. Plan all the way to it, taking into account all the possible consequences and twists of fortune. Lesson: most people get caught up in the excitement of the moment and fail to see the cliff at the end. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Your actions must seem natural and executed with ease. All the toil and practice that went into them must be concealed. Lesson: when you show how hard you work, people realize they could do it too. If it looks like magic, you remain a god. Law 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. The best deceptions are the ones that seem to give the other person a choice. Lesson: give people a choice between A, which benefits you, and B, which benefits you even more. Law 32. Play to people's fantasies. Chin. The truth is often ugly and unpleasant. Never appeal to truth unless you are prepared for the anger that comes from disillusionment. Lesson: promise a golden age or a miracle cure. People will flock to you. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Tell. Everyone has a weakness, a gap in the armor. It is usually an insecurity or an uncontrollable emotion. Lesson: once you find it, you can turn it to your advantage. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. The way you carry yourself will often determine how you are treated. Lesson: if you look vulgar or small, people will treat you that way. If you act with confidence and dignity, you appear destined for power. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Never seem to be in a hurry. Hurrying betrays a lack of control over yourself and time. Lesson: learn to stand back when the time is not yet ripe, and to strike fiercely when it is. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. Day. By acknowledging a petty problem, you give it existence and credibility. Lesson. If there is something you want but cannot have, show contempt for it. If you have an enemy you cannot defeat, ignore them. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Striking imagery and grand symbolic gestures create an aura of power. Everyone responds to them. Lesson. Visuals beat words. Use symbols and big moments to distract from the reality of your situation. Law 38. Think as you like but behave like others. The idea. If you make a show of going against the times, people will think you only want attention and look down on them. Lesson. Blend in. Save your true radical thoughts for your closest friends. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Anger and emotion are strategically counterproductive. Lesson. If you can stay calm while making your enemies angry, you gain a massive advantage. Find their trigger and pull it. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. What is offered for free is dangerous. It usually involves either a hidden trick or a psychological obligation. Lesson. Pay the full price. There is no shortcut to excellence or power. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. What happens first always appears better and more original than what comes after. Lesson. If you succeed a great leader, you must double their achievements to be even remembered. You must find your own path. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Trouble can often be traced to a single strong individual. Lesson. Don't waste time trying to convert every follower. Neutralize the leader, and the group will fall apart. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Coercion creates reaction that will eventually work against you. Lesson. You must seduce others into wanting to move in your direction. Use their psychology and their weaknesses to win them over. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. When you mirror your enemies, doing exactly as they do, they cannot figure out your strategy. Lesson. The mirror effect mocks and humiliates them, making them overreact. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Everyone understands the need for change in the abstract, but on a day-to-day level, people are creatures of habit. Lesson. If you are new to a position of power, make a show of respecting the old way of doing things while making minor adjustments. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Appearing better than others is always dangerous, but most dangerous of all is to appear to have no faults or weaknesses. Lesson. Envy creates silent enemies. Occasionally admit to a harmless vice or a small mistake to make yourself human. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. The idea. The moment of victory is often the moment of greatest peril. Lesson. In the rush of victory, arrogance and overconfidence can push you past the goal you had aimed for, and by going too far, you make more enemies than you defeat. Law 48. Assume formlessness. By taking a shape, by having a visible plan, you open yourself to attack. Lesson. Be like water. Adapt to the circumstances. The only constant in life is change. Your power comes from your ability to pivot and remain ungraspable. Friends. If this summary gave you the clarity and the push you needed, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more life-changing book summaries.